He left school at 16 with one qualification, a single grade in art. He learned to make clothes the old way. 15 years later, he was staging shows with robots, wind tunnels, and live wolves. This is a brief history of Alexander McQueen. Lee Alexander McQueen was born in 1969 in Lewisham, London, the youngest of 6 kids. His dad drove a taxi, his mom taught social science. At 16, McQueen apprenticed on Savile Row. He later worked making costumes for theatrical productions. McQueen was a technician before he was ever an artist. "Everything I do is based on tailoring," he said, which is why his most theatrical work always held its shape. In 1990, McQueen talked his way into Central St. Martin's MA fashion program by showing up with a portfolio and asking for a teaching job. He graduated in 1992. His graduation collection, inspired by Jack the Ripper, was bought in its entirety by the stylist Isabella Blow, who became his most important early champion. He launched his own label that same year, showing under his middle name, Alexander. Early collections leaned into shock. His 1995 show Highland Rape, staged around Scotland's Highland clearances, drew accusations of misogyny that followed him for years. McQueen always maintained that the rape in the title was Scotland's at the hands of England and not the models. In 1996, at just 27 years old, McQueen was named head designer at Givenchy, succeeding John Galliano. The house's own founder, Hubert de Givenchy, publicly called the appointment a total disaster. McQueen, however, did not help his case. He called Givenchy irrelevant on arrival. The relationship was tense for most of his 5 years there, and he left in 2001. But by then he had leverage. In December 2000, the Gucci Group bought 51% of McQueen's own label, funding his expansion into stores worldwide, while McQueen stayed on as creative director of his own name. This is where McQueen became McQueen. His 1999 finale had a model spray painted by robotic arms live on the runway. His 2001 show Voss was staged inside a giant mirrored box, forcing the audience to watch their own reflections before it dropped away to reveal a nude model in a gas mask. In 2006, The Widows of Culloden ended with an illusion of Kate Moss appearing as a ghost inside a glass pyramid. His final complete show, Plato's Atlantis in 2009, became the first fashion show ever live-streamed online and closed with the debut of Lady Gaga's Bad Romance. On February 11th, 2010, McQueen was found dead in his London home. His mother had died just 8 days earlier. His death was ruled a suicide, and he was 40 years old. His longtime head of women's wear, Sarah Burton, was named creative director months later, and his retrospective, Savage Beauty, went on to become one of the most visited exhibitions in the history of both the Met and the V&A. You can find Alexander McQueen bags on Second Sense right now.